Central Virginia's longest-running high school academic quiz show. Battle of the Brains, presented by Virginia 529 College Savings Plan. And now, host Cheryl Miller.
Hello and good morning. Thanks so much for joining us for Battle of the Brains. I'm Cheryl Miller. Due to the pandemic, we're welcoming our teams this season virtually. Joining us remotely, today's teams are the Mavericks of Douglas Freeman High School, coached by Matthew Scott. Part of Henrico County's public school system, Freeman High School is in Henrico and is named for Pulitzer Prize-winning Virginia author, newspaper editor, historian, and pioneering radio broadcaster Douglas Southall Freeman. Today, Freeman High School offers a specialty center for leadership, government, and global economics. Also with us remotely today, the Titans of Cosby High School of Midlothian, coached by Marcia Borden. Midlothian's Cosby High School took its name from a nearby road, which is named for Wilson Dance Cosby, a local who was a county school bus driver for 35 years. Designated as a National Blue Ribbon School, Cosby has more than 2,000 students grades 9 through 12. Those students at this public school are known for consistent high performance in Virginia on tests including the SOL and SAT and IB assessments. So great to have all these students join us remotely. Welcome. And since we can't all be together here in our studio, students, here's how the gameplay has changed. We will have toss-up rounds, questions directed to each team, alternating between them. The first answer from a team is the accepted answer. Players will answer by raising their hand. We also have Virginia-based video questions this season from the Battle of the Brains Brainy Bunch. All right, teams, good luck. Let's start our first toss-up round. The first question goes to Douglas Freeman. The Life of Brian and the Holy Grail were subject matter for films by what British flying circus comedy troupe? Kenny?
Monty Python.
That is correct. Cosby, in Major League Baseball, which National League Central franchise plays home games at American Family Field in the most populous city of Wisconsin? That would be the Milwaukee Brewers. Freeman, who was the Shoshone woman who joined the Corps of Discovery to translate for William Clark and Meriwether Lewis? Joseph?
Sacagawea.
That is correct. Cosby, the 1901 Supreme Court case of Downs versus Bidwell explicitly held that this region's residents were not U.S. citizens, a decision overturned by the 1917 Jones Act. Name this Caribbean U.S. territory whose capital is San Juan. Alina?
Puerto Rico.
That is correct. Freeman, this collection of Babylonian laws and edicts are the earliest legal code to be known in its entirety. Who was the king who established this code that bears his name? Kieran?
Hammurabi.
That is correct. Cosby, you may need your pencil and paper for this one. The scale factor between two rectangles is 4. What is the ratio of the areas? That would be 16 to 1 or 1 to 16. Freeman, this novel, The March by E.L. Doctorow, is a fictionalized account of what Union general's infamous march through the South in the last years of the Civil War. Joseph?
Sherman.
William Tecumseh Sherman, that is correct. Cosby, the University of Oklahoma still holds the record for the longest winning streak in college football with 47 games. What university with a golden dome and a touchdown Jesus snapped that streak with a 7-0 victory in 1957? That would be Notre Dame. Douglas Freeman, please watch the screen and listen closely. Here is your Virginia-based video question from a member of the Battle of the Brains Brainy Bunch.
The first battle between two ironclad naval ships took place in March of 1862 in Hampton Roads. The CSS Virginia was one of the ships. What was the name of the Union vessel?
Gio?
The Monitor.
The USS Monitor is correct. Cosby, French archaeologist Jean Champollion showed they both contained an alphabet and logograms when he translated the names of several pharaohs. Name this writing system used on the Rosetta Stone. Natalie?
Hieroglyphics.
That is correct. Freeman, unbroken lines, mountains, heavens, odd numbers, light, activity, masculinity, and warmth are characteristics associated with what principle of Eastern thought that complements the qualities of yin? Joseph.
Yang.
That is correct. Cosby, a modern form of this, can be heard today in Syria and among some people in Azerbaijan. What is the ancient form of this language believed to have been spoken by Jesus? Natalie.
Hebrew.
That would be Aramaic. Freeman, they are punctures in the feet and hands or wrists caused by nails and lacerations around the head from the crown of thorns. Give the collective name for these wounds inflicted during the crucifixion. Gio.
Those would be the stigmata.
That would be the stigmata. You are correct. And that buzzer means good job by our teams in the first toss-up round, but we've got a couple more to go and a lot more questions. Up next, we'll meet today's players, and then they'll take on the category round. Stay with us for more Battle of the Brains.
Welcome back to Battle of the Brains, presented by Virginia 529 College Savings Plan.
And here are the scores following that first toss-up round here on Battle of the Brains. Our team from Douglas Freeman High School with 70 points. Our team from Cosby High School, 20 points. And we'll get back to our questions and our match just ahead. But first, we want you to meet our players today. Let's start with our team from Douglas Freeman High School. They are the Mavericks. Their coach is Matthew Scott. First up is Gio Matseo, who is a senior. He's involved with the Model UN team and the History and Human Rights Club. He runs track year-round and is interested in debate, science, and philosophy. The team captain for Freeman is Joseph Chambers, who is a senior. He's a musician. He plays the baritone sax in the marching band and the tenor sax in the school's jazz band. He participates in the Freeman Model UN Club and the Young Democrats, enjoys reading and doing word and logic puzzles. Next up is Kenny Vo, who's a senior. His interests include paleontology, zoology, and playing video games. He plans to get into chemical engineering. And Kieran Wall is a senior. He's in the Center for Leadership at Freeman. He's an avid rock climber. He's the school newspaper's editor-in-chief and enjoys in his free time some swimming, hiking, and amateur astronomy. That is our team from Douglas Freeman High School. Good to have you all here with us for round one. Now let's meet our team from Cosby High School. They are the Titans. Their coach is Marsha Borden. First up is Morgan Coltrane, who is a senior, hopes to study aerospace engineering in college, enjoys reading and creative writing, and is a member of the Math Honor Society. The team's captain for Cosby High School is Alina Zaidi, who is a senior, enjoys field hockey and art, plans to major in biomedical engineering. Next up is Sebastian Blott, who's a sophomore who enjoys speech and debates, volleyball, and soccer, would like to attend Columbia University and Columbia Medical School. And wrapping up our team is Natalie Fraustedt, who is a sophomore who enjoys hanging out with her friends, theater, and pet sitting, also reading, and would like to double major in history and archaeology. That's our team from Cosby High School. Good to have all the students here with us today, and now they get to play the category round. In this round, each team will select one 10-question category from today's choices, and if the team gets all of its questions correct in the allotted time, we'll give them a 20-point bonus. Teams, take a look. Here are today's categories from which you may choose. They are begins with Q, common acronyms, and European capitals. We do note in this round, only the captains can officially answer for the team, though they may confer with their teammates to try to come up with the correct answers. And per the rules, the high score team gets first choice of category. That is Freeman High School. Joseph, if you can unmute your microphone for me and quickly talk it over with your teammates, let me know what category you would like to play.
Which one do we want? We'll go with begins with Q.
All right, from these clues, name the word or words that begin with the letter Q. The first is a portable case for holding arrows.
A quiver, that's our answer.
Correct. A trivial objection used to evade the truth.
Our answer is quibble.
Correct. The device used for measuring the angle of a star or the name for a circular arc of 90 degrees.
Oh yeah, quart. Or quartant.
Quexent? No, like I'm trying to think of it.
Yeah, I mean, is that word quexent?
No, that's not.
Our answer is quexent.
It would be a quadrant. A large thigh muscle.
The quadriceps. Our answer is the quadriceps.
Correct. Minimal number of members needed to conduct business.
Quorum.
Our answer is a quorum.
Correct. The type of typewriter or keyboard with a traditional configuration of keyboard keys.
Our answer is QWERTY.
QWERTY is correct. Another name for the Society of Friends.
Quakers. Our answer is Quakers.
Correct. In statistics, the value of the boundary at the 25th, 50th, or 75th percentiles of a distribution.
Our answer is quartile.
And that would be a quartile, but the buzzer has rung. All right, our next category goes to Cosby High School, common acronyms or European capitals. Alina, unmute your mic for me and talk it over with your teammates. Let me know what you'd like to play.
Okay, what do you want to do? Acronyms? We'll go with common acronyms.
All right, give the full expression represented by each of the following. The first is TBA.
Our answer is to be announced.
Correct. MO.
Pass.
Modus operandi. IQ.
Our answer is intelligence quotient.
Correct. ASAP.
Our answer is as soon as possible.
Correct. POSH. POSH.
Pass.
Port out starboard home. RIP.
Our answer is rest in peace.
Correct. BLT.
Our answer is bacon, lettuce, tomato.
Correct. COD.
Pass.
Cash on delivery. PDA.
Our answer is public display of affection.
Correct. And finally, DOA.
Our answer is dead on arrival.
That is correct. And that wraps up our category round. Good job by both of our teams. Up next, we've got another toss-up round when we come back here on Battle of the Brains.
Welcome back to Battle of the Brains, presented by Virginia 529 College Savings Plan.
Here are the scores following the category round here on Battle of the Brains. Our team from Freeman with 100 points, our team from Cosby with 55 points. And now back to Battle of the Brains and another toss-up round. Again, questions being directed this season, team to team, alternating between them. And there are no point deductions for incorrect answers. We're going to start this toss-up round with a question to Cosby High School. In physics, it is defined as a measure of the ratio of a force to the area affected. Name this quantity, which is measured in newtons and expressed as newtons per square meter. Morgan.
Applied force?
Repeat for me, please.
Applied force?
No, that would be pressure. Freeman, this waterway contains no locks and was closed from 1967 to 1975 because of war. Name this canal linking the Mediterranean and Red Seas. Joseph.
The Suez Canal.
That is correct. Cosby, Franklin Roosevelt's domestic policy was called the New Deal. By what name was the domestic policy of Republican President Theodore Roosevelt called? Alina.
The Square Deal?
That is correct. Freeman, what is the name of Dora the Explorer's monkey companion? Kenny.
Boots.
Boots is correct. Cosby, its two main types are dynamic, which needs to be refreshed frequently, and static, which does not need to be refreshed but is more costly. Name this type of read-write computer memory. Morgan.
RAM?
RAM is correct. Freeman, Elon Musk is a South African engineer, entrepreneur, and philanthropist. He is the co-founder of PayPal and SpaceX. Musk is also the co-founder of what electric car company? Gio.
Tesla.
That is correct. Cosby, please watch your screen and listen closely. Here is your Virginia-based video question from a member of the Battle of the Brains Brainy Bunch.
What graduate of Chesterfield County's Manchester High School has won over 40 NASCAR Cup races while driving the number 11 FedEx car for Joe Gibbs Racing?
That would be Denny Hamlin. Freeman, the fainting associated with hyperventilation is the result of lowered blood concentrations of this gas. Name this gas that plants take up and animals release. Joseph.
Carbon dioxide.
That is correct. Cosby, the Antoinette Perry Awards for Excellence in Theater are presented annually by the American Theater Wing and the Broadway League. By what name are these awards better known? Natalie.
The Tonys.
The Tony Awards is correct. Freeman, it is one of the most complex and least disturbed ecosystems on Earth with the greatest concentration of plains game in Africa. Name this area in Tanzania and Kenya in which the local Maasai language means extended space, expended place. Joseph.
The Serengeti Plain.
Correct. Cosby, what 1979 Francis Ford Coppola film had Robert Duvall's character memorably say, "I love the smell of napalm in the morning"? That would be Apocalypse Now. Freeman, her curiosity led to evil being unleashed on the world. Name this woman of Greek myth, the owner of an eponymous box. Gio.
Pandora.
Correct. Cosby, the Valley of Elah is the setting for the fight between what two biblical combatants? That would be David and Goliath. And that buzzer means one more toss-up round to go, and we'll have today's winner. Stay with us for much more Battle of the Brains and exciting conclusion.
Welcome back to Battle of the Brains, presented by Virginia 529 College Savings Plan.
As we head into the final round here on Battle of the Brains, let's take a look at the scores. Douglas Freeman High School with 160 points, Cosby High School with 85 points. Now, in this final toss-up round, the point score for correct answer is doubled. There is no deduction for an incorrect answer. And again, in this virtual version of Battle of the Brains, we're directing questions team to team, alternating between them. Good luck, teams. Now for our final toss-up round, our first question goes to the team from Freeman. In November 1963, the commission to investigate the assassination of John F. Kennedy was headed by what former Chief Justice of the Supreme Court? Joseph.
Earl Warren.
That is correct, Earl Warren. Cosby, what is the molecular formula for glucose? Alina.
C6H12O6.
That is correct. Freeman, in July 1801, President John Adams appointed him as Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court. Who is this Virginian who held the post of Chief Justice from 1801 until his death in 1835? Joseph.
John Marshall.
That is correct. Cosby, known as the Iron Lady, name this British politician and Prime Minister who in 1982 conducted a successful war against Argentina over the Falkland Islands. Morgan.
Margaret Thatcher.
That is correct. Freeman, this author is best known for a character who appears in 5 books, beginning with 1823's The Pioneers. Name this author of The Last of the Mohicans. Joseph.
James Fenimore Cooper.
Correct. Cosby, this area of California has become the center for high technology. It acquired part of its name from one of the most plentiful elements in the Earth's crust, an element used in making microchips. Name this Bay Area region. Morgan.
Silicon Valley.
That is correct. Freeman, in 1953, these two men, one British, the other American, discovered the structure of DNA. Who are the two of them? Joseph.
Watson and Crick.
That is correct. James Watson and Francis Crick. Cosby, by 2010, this company had discontinued the Oldsmobile and Pontiac brands. Name this American auto manufacturer whose brands now include Buick, Cadillac, and Chevrolet. Alina.
Ford.
It would be GM or General Motors. Freeman, by what more common name is nitrous oxide better known? Joseph.
Laughing Gas.
That is correct. Cosby, what singer-songwriter's album, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, contained the song Candle in the Wind, which was rewritten in 1997 in honor of Princess Diana on her death? Morgan.
Elton John.
That is correct. It's Elton John. Freeman, what is the romantic-sounding name applied by Hitler and his Nazis to their program for territorial expansion? Joseph.
Lebensraum.
That is correct, which means living space. Cosby, what is the only one-word U.S. state that contains the entire full name of another state? Natalie.
Arkansas.
That is correct. Freeman, you may need your pencil and paper for this one. 2 times this positive number is 15 less than its square. What is this number? That is the number 5. Cosby, name the Swedish author of the bestsellers The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, The Girl Who Played with Fire, and The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest. That would be Stieg Larsson. Freeman, his 72-year reign saw the conversion of Versailles into a palace, the Franco-Dutch War, and the 1701 to 1714 War of the Spanish Succession. Name this French Sun King. Gio.
Louis XIV.
That is correct. That buzzer is the end of our round. Good job by our teams. While our judges double-check the final score, we want to remind you how to stay connected with Battle of the Brains. To find out more about our show, just log on to battleofthebrains.net. You'll also find Battle of the Brains on Facebook and full episodes of our show on our YouTube page. And as we continue round 1 of our new season of Battle of the Brains, join us next week when we virtually welcome teams from Western Branch High School of Chesapeake, Virginia, and Isle of Wight Academy of Isle of Wight County. Now, here's the final score for today's match, the winner moving on to the next round. Our team from Cosby High School ends the match with 185 points. Great job today by Morgan, Alina, Sebastian, and Natalie. Our winners with a final score of 300 points, the team from Douglas Freeman High School. Great job by Gio, Joseph, Kenny, and Kieran. You gentlemen would join us in the next round. Congratulations. I'm Cheryl Miller. Thanks for watching and playing along here on Battle of the Brains. We'll see you back here next Saturday morning. Great job, teams.
Battle of the Brains, presented by Virginia 529 College Savings Plan.